So, welcome back. This might be a very lukewarm welcome.
Yeah.
Because fun things have happened and all of us feel not great.
All of us are sick.
Yeah, all of us are sick in different ways.
All of us have been just now recovered from being sick in different ways. So, fun story.
We all sound
not great.
Different.
So that's why we're not hyper today for once, I guess is the best way to phrase it. Mm-hmm. But anywho, welcome back.
Welcome back.
As you can see, besides
Our
just
special guest
I'm
is
here too.
So, in case you forgot our names, I'm Quincy.
I'm Audrey.
And I'm Caroline, usually behind the camera, but I'm here for
today.
y'all
We
today.
were able to wrangle her back for the last Ghibli film talk. So, let's get into it. We love a certain show.
One Piece.
But we also cover other anime.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Apothecary Diaries.
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Soul Leveling. We like to spiel.
Exactly.
Covering seasonal anime, this is Seasonal Spiels. So today, we're talking about The Boy and the Heron. The ultimate, and also the last Ghibli film for the 2025 Ghibli Fest, returning to Regal Theaters, yada yada. But also, the ultimate Miyazaki film. Surprising that he even made it, considering he was retired for 10 years before that, so shocking in and of itself.
I remember that.
Well, he was supposed to stop after Wind Rises, which came out in 2013-14. Don't remember which year, but that was supposed to be his final film. And then now he's back, 2023, releasing this. Don't get me wrong, it's amazing, I love it. Happy he did it, but almost maybe do retire now.
Right.
Because I don't know if that's great anyway for your health. But anywho, so before we get into it, because I'm just gonna give the most basic rundown, so spoilers for the entire video if you haven't seen it, but if you want to see it and want to watch this after, this should be dropping the Friday before, aka Friday the 14th. Probably not the greatest numbers, but The Boy and the Heron will be in theaters 15th through 19th, which should be Saturday to Wednesday if I'm correct, sub and dub. I recommend both. They're both equally good for Ghibli films, as per usual. If you want to hear Robert Pattinson and not know it's Robert Pattinson, watch the dub.
Right.
Go for that. But anywho, the main story, you follow a boy, Mahito. Not as hated as another Mahito character in anime. So, sorry, I just said that. So, he's just a boy who, during war loses his mom, and he and his dad move out to the countryside after the fact. And, he's not exactly happy with that. Plus, because his dad literally just remarries to his mom's sister, his aunt.
Yeah.
Also kind of weird.
And she's pregnant, immediately.
Yeah, it's, very clearly, because, barely a month passes, if that. I don't remember the exact time, because it's been a minute, but not much time at all since his mom died. And it's, very clearly probably an affair. So, there's that. In the process, of moving to a new place, he has to get accustomed to all these new people. And the fact that his father's still working while he's kind of being ignored and just, trying to deal with this grief of losing his mom, who is now being kind of replaced immediately by his aunt, which isn't fun either.
It's the first thing she says to him.
Yeah.
It's I'm gonna be your new mother now.
And it's dude,
girl,
your sister just died.
Yeah. He's also not a tiny kid either. He's
12.
Which is old enough to... That's old enough that your mom can't be replaced.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, at least not, emotionally very easily.
Yeah, exactly.
And we'll
the
see.
sister not caring is interesting.
That's really weird. That's why
your
I feel
sister died.
That's why I feel it's definitely an affair kind of thing.
Yeah,
where
for sure.
His mom stayed out of the fact that obviously divorce isn't a thing, and also son very clearly has to take care of him. And so anyway, he goes to school. I don't want to say gets bullied, because not really. He gets made fun of, but then to get back at them, he injures himself to make it seem like they hurt him.
I thought he did that out of depression because his mom just died.
Well, both. Okay, when I say that, but not get back at them, but they're basically as an excuse to say oh, these kids hurt me, get me the frick out of school. I don't want to be here because I'm so sad. So yes, you're right, but it's to get out of going to school.
That's true.
He
does do it so he doesn't have to go to school again.
Yes.
But when his dad is I'm gonna get those kids.
Yeah,
it's true. His dad is
so livid,
aggressively American Republican 1985 masculine. It sucks.
I
actually hate the father character so much.
I know. I will say though,
but the dad's I'm gonna get those kids, and he's no, I just fell. No one did this to me. Dad, shut up. No one did this to me.
It's very clearly his guilt getting to him in this moment of
I'm just ignoring my son.
I'm well, not even the dad. I guess Mahito.
Oh, I see.
I get what
he
you mean.
feels guilty for trying to frame the other kids, or trying to make it.
He
feel
feels guilty that in the process of trying to be selfish and not have to go to school and be able to stay at home, he's technically put up these other kids as like martyrs to his dad's vengeance.
Also, to get at the dad again, I hate the dad. I only got through like an hour long of this movie because I really, really, really hate birds. I don't like birds. I really don't like birds. I got a thing against birds. One of my New Year's resolutions this year was to think about birds more, and it's really, really negatively impacted my mental health, and I'm definitely gonna stop doing that.
I was gonna say,
to think about them more is
to think about birds. I was like,
them in my mind
I just wanted to like notice them more often, and it's really not.
Birds are mean.
I don't like.
Think of geese. Geese is the worst.
Geese suck. Okay, but
anyway.
Okay. So back to the dad. Before Mahito's first day of school, the dad was like, "You're going to school tomorrow. I'm gonna take you in the car," and all the other kids are gonna be like, "Oh my god, the new kid arriving in a car, yo!" So clearly, not everyone has a car.
Well,
in this countryside, it's wartime.
It's wartime. It's very clear.
No one has no one has
cars,
access to like
basically.
a car or to consistent like fuel for the car. So most people would not be just getting driven everywhere.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like living in kind of bumfrick nowhere in the middle of the countryside of Japan, like living your life? There's war like in the cities, but like also kind of here because the factory, everyone's dad works for the factory that makes like the war supplies. And this new brick kid comes in a car with a full gas tank in it and this fancy guy who owns the factory that all the other guys' dads work at and like expects to make friends. Like I'd have bullied him too.
Yeah,
putting that out there. I'm saying the other kids are kind of valid and the dad totally isn't.
I agree, but like they didn't really get the chance to because Mahito immediately just hits himself with a rock.
Also, like there wasn't really any like
actual.
There is a scene where like he gets in a fight with another kid, but didn't he start it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I say they really just make fun of him, and then he fights back immediately. It's not really bullying.
Mahito is very troubled.
Yes,
he's going through a lot, and his father is not helping.
Literally. So at the crux of all this, of course, he starts, how shall we say, hallucinating. And the good thing about Miyazaki is he presents it where like this could actually be either a hallucination, and you could go with that route, or you could interpret it as like it is a fantastical like. It's still not really sane, right? Because it is technically hallucinating this gray heron. However, through the whole tower aspect, seeing everything could have been a fantastical like dimension within reality.
Weird stuff happens in the woods, man.
Yeah, so like you could look at it either way. Like obviously most people are probably gonna be like, ooh, fantastical thing, typical Miyazaki, but like it is kind of meant to just be a hallucination during grief.
I interpreted it mostly as a hallucination because like
I can see both sides.
Yeah, because like he's seeing stuff because he just hurt himself in the head real bad, but also he's really grief-stricken, which does weird things to your brain, and also does weird things to the way you want your brain to work. So like regardless of what thing is making him see the hallucinations, his grief makes him want to believe them.
I do like the fantastical part.
So I think he's like feeding into it.
Oh, 100%.
Himself. Like he's allowing it to happen.
But I do like how Miyazaki plays into the fantastical interpretation too by saying, yeah, your mom disappeared for like a year or a month or however long she disappeared in the woods for. And I'm like, that's totally normal to not care that she just disappeared and never mentioned it before.
Yeah, so these creepy freaking birds with teeth. Very important that these birds have teeth.
Yeah.
Human horse teeth.
It's very, like, typically...
It's awful.
Typically disturbing Miyazaki work.
Yeah.
I really don't like the birds.
Yeah.
It's so important to me.
It's also, like, the first time that, like, it's really obviously a hallucination is when, like, all the toads and fish, like, surround Mahito while he's standing in the river. It's like,
throw up.
Yeah. I could not. Like, having that climbing on me, I'm like, no.
So slimy.
I feel like the most, like, I did like this movie, but the most, because it's been, like, at least a year since I've seen it, like the most that I remember is the visuals.
So like let me go back to just giving a quick rundown of the plot and then we can get like nitty gritty. Because I remember it because I've seen it 3 times, twice in theaters and once on DVD when I got it, literally for the first time on DVD. And so I definitely still love it, regardless of how much I've seen it and the fact it's still the most recent one I've seen technically. Like anyway, back to the plot. So Mahito follows the heron because of course he does. He wants to shoot the bird because it's been freaking annoying him and trying to like kill him basically. And so he's upset at the bird, wants to shoot it with this arrow he made from the bird's feathers that he already stole from it, which is, you know, magical / hallucination-y. That wasn't a word, but I said it anyway.
Yeah, he's trying to kill the bird, not because he doesn't want to have the hallucination, because the hallucination bird is telling him that his mom's still alive.
Yes.
And this makes him mad.
Yeah.
Which is
because
valid.
he's literally faced the truth that no, she literally died.
He's trying desperately to come to terms with the fact that she's gone, and now his hallucination is telling him that she's alive and he doesn't know what to think.
Just long story short, this is all allegory for processing grief and accepting death. Like obviously, that's just like the entire motto of the film.
It's a Ghibli film.
It's a Ghibli film, grief and death, obviously.
Basically.
And it obviously ends happy. So anyway.
Does it? I don't know. It's just his horrible dad with this
It
weird
ends happy
substitute
for
mom.
Mahito and his emotional stability. But
That's
anywho.
okay.
But anywho, so he follows the Heron, takes him to this weird freaking tower that, of course, one of the caretakers follows him in because he's following the bird who says, it's your mom. And, of course, he finds this woman and it's just a slimy thing that's not his mom, of course. And then, turns out, oh, well, that's not my mom, but, somehow you took my aunt who's also pregnant, so I gotta find her now because she's in this tower because you tricked her or something, whatever. And so, of course, now this mysterious old man starts speaking and like, oh, yeah, well, just go try, find her, find your aunt, she's here. It's like, thanks for nothing. And so he ends up going on this journey where he finds out that, there's a lot of things messed up in this world, but like the circle of life is death and rebirth, and that not every chance of birth ends happy either, as you see when like the what is it called, wada? Is that what they're called?
I don't remember.
I guess the
what
wada.
you're talking about.
Yeah, it's a little cute little spirit blocks.
Yeah.
When some of them are killed in the act of killing the birds who are trying to eat them. And so Mahito, through the eyes of this world, is processing like, hey, this world isn't great, and neither is reality. They're both just trying to show him that like, yes, it's important to understand that life is precious, but life is to the point of death. Like, this is the end goal for all life. Mm-hmm. Whether you're a bird or spirit trying to be reborn or whatever.
Like, life is precious, but you gotta let
go.
Yeah,
and so through a process of elimination, he decides that this woman helping him out, which, if you watch, I'm not literally doing every beat, just go watch the movie in this case. But, like, the one helping him out is the younger version of the caretaker who followed him in, Kiriko, and he's like, cool, you're badass, you're helping me, thanks. You're watching over me. Typical old lady Ghibli, where they watch over you, or they're freaking creepy as crap. So...
This old lady is definitely more creepy. I
like,
say
it's
that.
a mixture, right?
Yeah.
You either have Yubaba or her sister who's really nice. You don't have either. You don't have it in between. So, anywho, he, ends up going and, I don't want to say befriending the Heron. It's a reluctant alliance, to be honest, because he shot a hole in the beak, which has messed up the Heron's suit. And now he's just a really weird man in a Heron suit.
Oh my god, yeah.
And
so the Heron turns into a person.
Yes.
If birds could be worse,
yes,
they'd be people.
Yeah. Anyway, so they team up to go find, his aunt, and so they come across these parakeets, and the Heron's like, yo, I'll distract them. Turns out, going into the house is not a good idea, because then the parakeets are still there, and they want to kill him. And very quickly almost do, until his younger mom, in a burst of flames, shows up to rescue him. He doesn't know it's his mom, but apparently it is, from that time when she disappeared as a little kid. Totally makes sense. And so he ends up being, he eats her, she saves him, she cooks some food, he's like, oh my gosh, it's like just what my mom used to make. No. So, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of bleeps in this episode, sorry. I've just resigned myself.
Yeah.
And so, in the process, she's like, oh, I'll take you to save my sister, she's about to give birth, you probably shouldn't enter the nursery. He's like, no, we gotta get the frick out of here. And so she's like, fine, I'll take you there, even though it's like the wrong thing to do. Turns out, it was the freaking wrong thing to do. Anne goes insane, like, get the frick out of here. And, they're in trouble. Parakeets capture them, again. And they escape. While the Parakeet King goes to talk to the old guy who turns out to be his great-great-great-granddad, or however many greats it is, from back who established the tower from mystical magic asteroid that landed on the planet. Sure, whatever. Who has made this realm. And so the Parakeet King is like, yo, you're dying. Give me access to be king so we can keep living in this realm before it all collapses and is destroyed. And he's like, no, I want Mahito to do it. Bring Mahito here. Mahito goes there and he's like, yeah, but how about I just go home? Because y'all ain't here forever. Mm-hmm. And so it's a really pivotal moment for him to, I love the climax though, because he doesn't just say no, he takes a moment to understand the fact that he injured himself proves that he's not, I don't want to say pure of heart, but that's basically the point of why he shouldn't be the one to do it. It's the point that there is corruption within him. He's not just all good.
He realizes he's suicidal and therefore shouldn't be trusted to make other people's decisions.
Basically.
Yeah.
But it's also, but in the scheme of the scheme of the plot, you're absolutely right. But in the scheme of the plot, the reason he says no, at least for taking over a world, is the fact that I can't even take care of myself with good intentions. I shouldn't be responsible for taking care of this entire world. And he's also seen that this world is really just fricked up because these birds were brought here to just starve to death. And so of course they're going to eat the little baby spirits that are the wada. And it's like, well, that's all bad, because neither should have to deal with either of the other's problems. And so, of course, by refusing, Parakeet King is upset. He's like, well, I can just do it. It's like, clearly not, because it fails.
Right.
And so his mom takes him, is like, yo, we gotta get out of here. We gotta rescue my aunt. Y'all gotta go home. And so everything collapses, and this beautiful orchestral soundtrack plays. Parakeets are panicking, of course. Trying to capture them because I guess, sure, why not? They all make it out in their own time. Young mom, back when she lost herself for a month or whatever, I guess. But then Mahito with his aunt and Kiriko back into the normal world, where during this time his dad has been looking for him, but like, you better. Both your new wife and your son are missing. That's kind of important.
Lucius Malfoy, dad. I don't.
Voiced by Christian Bale, the dub, mind you.
I know.
Really weird.
Really
weird sounding. I agree with you there, though. It's definitely Lucius Malfoy.
Just in the self-interest combined with the way too little, too late relationship with his kids.
The justification that, of course I'm amazing. My son should be amazing, and he better. It's just.
I take my kid to school in a car.
Yeah.
Therefore, he is emotionally supported.
Yeah. Typical not great parenting back then. And it ends with like the tower crumbling, and there's a time skip at the end where he, obviously the sibling's been born. I think it's a girl. I don't really remember.
It's a boy.
Okay, well it's a boy. Whatever. I clearly didn't remember.
Bro, literally 50-50 chance, and you were wrong. That's crazy.
Yeah, because it's the very freaking end of the movie, and I didn't remember.
You're literally. I'm picking on you for no reason.
I remember most of everything else that y'all don't. So give me some slack.
I didn't even watch the whole thing. Couldn't get through the birds. But
anyway, I will say, aside from the fact that you're if you didn't have an aversion for birds, I would say definitely watch it. I do think
it's a good movie.
Oh yeah, the birds are really creepy, and I will say I'm kind of giving it in it probably sounds really a lot happening, and it is a lot worse to watch it the first time. It's a film you need to rewatch because you catch up on so many other Easter eggs.
It's complicated, but it does make sense.
It's complex, but you can follow the main I gotta find this person journey, even though there's so much happening.
I feel like that's a good way to say, there's a lot happening, but it's not that complicated of a plot.
Yeah.
It's a kid that is suffering through grief and loss and comes through it eventually.
Yeah, and at the end of the movie, he has emotional stability. Is it the best relationship and family? Probably not, but he's not grieving.
He had to overcome it on his own, but his perception of himself is stronger now that he had the chance to do it on his own.
Yes.
Even if objectively the better choice might have been to have somebody be there for him, but in the absence of the best, you come up with what you can.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, the person who was most there for him was Kiriko, even in his hallucination, which says a lot.
It's really sad.
Really sad that this old lady who is really mean and just wants cigarettes from you is the one who's helping you the most. Anyway, so that's the main plot. Mm-hmm. Let's get some thoughts going on. So you who has not finished it, let's get you going. Besides your version for birds, anything else you want to add?
I mean, the thing that because I don't like birds, and anytime I was like, okay, I don't want to look at this anymore, I need like a minute, so where you avert your attention from the big screen to look at the smaller screen for 3 minutes to become a human again as you do. Exactly. That was when I would notice the background music. The score is incredible.
I think it's Joe Hisaishi's best score.
I agree. I think it's one of the best ones.
I think it's top one.
Wow! but I mean, valid. Like, it's music
but I
is really
think it
good.
should be top 3 for anyone who knows Joe Hisaishi's work.
I just kept noticing it. It's really, really pretty. And as much as I don't like looking at birds with teeth, it's really pretty to look at.
Yes.
Like, the film is really colorful. It's really beautiful.
I don't want to say this because I hate the Academy, but the Academy definitely should have given the award to them, and they made the right decision for once in their freaking life to give the award, Oscar.
So, as usual, beautiful to look at, just like most Ghibli films. And better than most Ghibli films, it is really exceptionally beautiful to listen to.
It's I would say one of the most well executed on both its themes, animation, and
really
score.
Pretty. Yeah. The themes are good too. Like, I know that you explaining the plot, like, if you'd never seen this before, or even if you have, it probably sounded really complicated. There's a lot of details that keep you interested in what's happening in the movie, but the theme is very straightforward and really relatable. Yeah. For a lot of people.
Very obvious from
both
the get-go.
Children and adults. Like, I feel like sadness and fear and loneliness and the grief that comes along with that and overcoming it just through literally whatever it is that just happens to you over the time that this is something that's on your mind, like
accepting loss of a loved one.
By the time you're
very
like
universal,
12 years old, you probably have experienced this at least a little bit. Like, not even 12-year-olds had their mom die, but everyone's like lost a friend, lost a pet, had to move, lost a great grandparent maybe, or something like that. And then as adults, like, as you grow, like, just things change, and like people and things die and places change, and it's like so moving on through change that you would really have preferred not to happen at all, really relatable. Like, really relatable, and so for that reason, I really do like it.
Yeah, even
I
though you
really
haven't
like
finished
this movie.
that
Because
just proves how much you can
yeah.
get out of it with it not even being finished.
By not even having finished it, and it's just a great film.
It's really good. I do think that Climax is probably the most rewatchable. Because, like, I like Spirited Aways, but it's, like, cool. Once you know from the get-go, it's, like, it's hard to really, like, appreciate it as much, whereas I feel like with The Boy and the Heron, it has that cyclical nature that you can kind of keep rewatching it.
Yeah.
Kind of like a Totoro.
It's a
and
rewatchable film.
Kiki's.
This is, even though I didn't finish the movie, and I didn't finish it the first time I watched either, this is the second time I've attempted it, and I got more out of it the second time.
Yeah,
than I did the
100%.
first.
It's one of the ones you should rewatch.
I agree.
What about you?
I feel like, I mean, despite not remembering a ton of it, I do agree, like, well, also I don't remember the score a ton, but I agree that it is.
Dude, just
I
go
remember
listen
it being
to it.
very beautiful.
I'm not even kidding.
climax.
Like, just listen
build up.
to it. It's so pretty.
And, like,
So
the
pretty.
execution of it, even just, like, the themes, like, we're saying about, like, how it's centered around grief. You were saying, like, anybody, like, kind of anyone can get something out of it because it doesn't, like, the relatability aspect of it doesn't necessarily have to be, like, I've experienced grief or, like, someone in my life dying. Like, it can just be something as simple as, like, oh, I've moved somewhere and I've, like, all those friends are now, like, I'm not connected to them anymore. Like, it's very, like, the execution of it's really good.
Yeah, and I think what helps too is that Mahito is one of the not rare, I shouldn't say that. One of the not typical. I guess
It's not as annoying.
No.
Right, he seems more intelligent
So
than some
I
of the
say
other
typical
child
because
leads.
it's like, this is half and half with Ghibli protagonists. Either they have to grow or they impact their surroundings. And Mahito is one of the rare cases where he does have to grow, but he's also kind of just trying to trudge through this unknown world that he's hallucinating, which is almost as if trying to deal, it's more like, yes, he has to deal with his internal grief, but it's almost sidelined throughout the entire film because he's focusing externally, which is very rare. Usually you have the internal conflict and that's the main conflict the protagonist is dealing with, or you deal with it external problems and that's what they're dealing with. So it's a really interesting duality happening.
But like here, the
Mahito.
external conflict is the internal conflict.
Yes.
and it's just a
And
really
that's why it
cool way of
works.
looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I do like Mahito as a character. I feel like a lot of like the Ghibli film child characters can be kind of irritating.
Yeah.
And so I think that like Mahito is probably one of the older ones of the kid character.
Yes.
Like some of them are like small children.
Yeah.
Or and like even he's like 12 or 14. I don't know, but he just like seems, and maybe this is just what like grief does to you, but he seems
Very mature.
more
Like, the growth,
He's-
even, like, what
he's
he's
very-
going through is a very mature
he seems like
thing.
just a practical kid.
I was
Like, this
gonna
is
say-
such a practical teenage boy thing to do, is to be going through grief and think, oh my god, I have to kill all these birds. But just like, this is,
Yeah.
it just seems like this is a
I mean,
typical
it's also,
way for people, children, men to process grief, which
also-
is like looking for
Yeah.
an external thing to fight, to give you something to do.
100%. It's also very fitting because of the setting. Like
Right.
a lot of those more irrational, shall we say, children. I say irrational because children are meant to act like that, but still kind of annoying at times. Are set in a setting that offers and allows them to be children. Whereas he's literally during wartime with his father, who's literally trying to set up a factory and trying to move somewhere, and it's like, yo, kid, just be on your own. Just be fine.
Yeah, Mahito's behavior gives strong, like, do the next right thing energy, where, like, he's just trying to, there's, like, no, like, long-term thinking ahead.
Oh, no.
Like, he's just, he's like, I'm at school and I'm not having a good time. I would like to not go to school tomorrow. Let me do something so I don't have to go to school tomorrow. And then he does. And now he has a head injury. And then he thinks that the bird is trying to, like, get into his window and talk to him and scare him. He's like, oh my god, I gotta, like, get rid of this bird. So then it's this, like, goes into the, like, to the next thing. And he's like, okay, well, how do I get past this? How do I get past
simple
this? How do I,
progression.
yeah, classic.
That's pretty much it. I would say it's probably my favorite. No,
There's
sorry,
no
not
deep
favorite.
questioning.
Yeah.
There's just
It's
the
my
next
second.
thing.
It's my second favorite Ghibli film, though.
I like it.
I still like
same.
Nausicaa better, but I would say Wind Rises is right below it because I feel like I can't rewatch The Wind Rises as often because then I would become more desensitized to the main relationship, and I love that too much to want to watch it that much for that to happen.
That's fair.
Whereas I feel like this, again, like I said, I could rewatch it a lot and enjoy it each time. Just like Nausicaa. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
It's good. You should watch it.
100%. Please watch it, especially if you have already seen it, and just go again. Especially if you didn't see it in theaters, you deserve to see it in theaters. Like, it only came out, 2 years ago, basically.
It's new.
It's still new, though. And if you want to say you watched an Academy Award-winning Ghibli film in theaters, you could also say that. if you missed Spirited Away, you could have gone and seen 2, but lame. So anyway, go see it. You have the next 5 days. Sorry,
Yes.
5 days. That's how math works. 5 days to go see it in theaters. Please do, especially because it's really worth it, and hopefully it'll make a return next year for the next Ghibli Fest if you do, because I don't know how they choose a movie. Sometimes it's anniversary. Sometimes I think it's just typical popularity,
Yeah.
like the main 3. And if this could be part of it, I'd be happy.
Very nice.
It'd be very nice because it's definitely one of the ones that deserves it. But anywho, so we're down to the wire. I shouldn't say down the wire. We're really close to the end, just more appropriate. So what we're going to talk about is our season finale next time. This is because we're breaking it into 2 parts. Usually we would do 1, but then it would be way too long to edit within the span of a week. So we're going to break it up, kind of like what we've been doing for some other episodes, as accidentally planned, like the My Hero Academia one.
Because I talked for too long.
It's okay. We needed more content anyway, so we're farming it. So season finale, stay tuned to see what we'll talk about. The first half will be out, should be out before Thanksgiving break.
Yes.
Yeah. And we'll be skipping Thanksgiving week because, well, guys, you should celebrate Thanksgiving first off. Go home, take time off. Bad editing.
As we said, we're a little unwell.
Yeah.
Audrey's been plagued by a coughing fit. She's gonna go get some water, so we're just gonna wrap up this episode.
So stay tuned for season finale. As I was saying, so basically we're gonna skip the week for Thanksgiving break because it's on a Thursday and we're not gonna edit that week anyway because we're on break, and as you should be with your families.
Yeah, go home, eat a
So
turkey, eat a bird.
Eat a bird.
I support that.
Actually, eat ham. I love ham.
Oh, me too. That's a Christmas food though.
I don't like turkey. My family doesn't like. My family's very divisive. We're half of us
I
don't like
like
turkey,
turkey.
so we're not gonna buy a turkey for half the people.
That makes sense.
So
yeah.
we just eat ham twice a year, which is fantastic. So anyway, it's a weird tangent because my family's divorced.
Yeah,
So
no.
got
Broken family.
Well, that's one-
mojito style.
that's 1/3 of my family and how we treat Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Anyway,
We'll see y'all next time.
see you next time. Bye.
Bye.